So this movie, I don't know, like, if you look at history, this is like the World War III, because this is like America helping Afghanistan, then the whole thing with the Russians and how we've known, everything that happened since then till now. Uh, this is like a World War III type movie in my eyes, because this, from the time of this release of Rambo 3, it's kind of like a chain reaction of, history across America that's happened. And a lot of it is still dealing with that war. So, you know, I would think that this would, any way they wanted to play it coming out, whether we were now friends with the Russians or friends with Afghanistan, any way you want to put it coming out, I would think that this would be the most hotbed film of them all. Honestly, the most hotbed topic Rambo film of them all. Especially when you look at the large scale of everything from then till now. I'm happy that they didn't do that for a Rambo 4. Didn't go down that crisscrossy road of friends and enemies. And I'm glad that they went their own way with Rambo 4 and brought in something new, the Burma crisis. But man, it fucking makes me wonder. Like the alternate ending of Rambo 3, if he would have stayed there, would we have never gotten another Rambo movie? Because Sly would have been like, okay, fuck this, it's over, Like, what would have happened? But anyway, now we're going to move on to some of the music here. The musical score for this film, an extensive film score, was written by Oscar-winning American composer Jerry Goldsmith. The brilliant Jerry Goldsmith had his hands in everything, in every piece of the pie, including the ladies, conducting the Hungarian State Opera Orchestra. However, much of it was not used. Instead, much of the music Goldsmith penned for the previous installment was recycled. The original album, released by Scotty Brothers, contained only a portion of the new music, as well as 3 songs, only one of which was used in the movie. Bill Medley's version of He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother played over the end credits. There is a scene, there's a song going around, which everyone says is really rare. It's the rare romantic theme. And I would have assumed that theme was at one time created because, they had a lot more time to prepare for this movie than the first one, right? So I would assume that theme, that romantic theme, was written for I think her name is Michelle, from our Rambo of Arabia review, because at one time Michelle was in the script, and as David Morrell told us, her character started diminishing, the character of the children were changed, and so on. But that song is actually on the soundtrack. I actually found, researching this, I actually found that song on one of the soundtracks. So I'm going to tell you here about the versions of the soundtracks. I can't remember the name of the song, but it starts off really violent and then goes into that beautiful lull of the romantic theme. So when I get to that, when I get to that, I'll cover it. I kind of think it was like one of the themes used for right before the prison, before Rambo tries to break Troutman out the first time. But anyway, here is the track list. It is Our Destiny by Bill Medley. Preparations is the second track. The third track is Afghanistan. The fourth track is The Game. I'm looking at some of the time encoding here, and it doesn't seem to make too much sense. Like Preparations 4:58, 4 minutes and 58 seconds, because I think that's like over 6 minutes. But this is what it says here. Maybe on the other. Oh yes, okay. It's on disc 2 is the 6-minute one. So let's go through this again. Disc 1. It Is Our Destiny, Bill Medley, a 4-minute and 30-second version. Preparations, 4 minutes and 58-second version. Song number 3 is Afghanistan, a 2.5-minute version of that. Then The Game, a 2.5-minute version of that. Another Time, 3-minute and 54 version of that. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother by Bill Medley, a 4.5-minute of that. Aftermath, almost a 3-minute version of that. Questions, another 3.5 minutes. The Bridge by Giorgio Moroder, featuring Joe Pizzullo. It's a 4-minute version of that. And Final Battle, which is a 4-minute and 47-second version of that. Those 10 songs. And then a more complete 75-minute version of the score was later released by Intrada, and it had a 4-minute version of Another Time, the 6.5-minute version of Preparations, like I was just saying, a minute version of The Money, a minute version of I'm Used to It, Peshawar, a minute and 12-second version of that. I'm wondering if the I'm Used to It was actual Rambo and Yuri talking. Or Yusuf, sorry. Yusuf! Yuri was the Russian guy. Yusuf was the guide. The guy I was talking one of the guys I was talking about before. Afghanistan, 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Questions, 3:37. Then I'll Die, 3:34. The Game, 2:25. Flaming Village, 4 minutes and 7 seconds. The Aftermath, 2 minutes 44 seconds. Night Entry, 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Over and Under and Over, 2 minutes and 55. Night Flight, 6 minutes and 50. First Aid, 2 minutes and 46. The Long Climb, 3.5 minutes. Going Down, 2 minutes. The Cave, 3 minutes and 31 seconds. The Boot, a minute and 53. You Did It, John, a minute and 8 seconds. The Showdown, 1 minute and 26 seconds. Final Battle, 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And I'll Stay, 9 minutes. So that companion disc is 23 minutes long. But any way you want to slice it, I always loved listening to these Jerry Goldsmith scores. They're all brilliant, and they're all beautiful. So definitely check those out. I had a cassette of the Rambo 3-1. I think it was the first version. It was like a 45. And I had a cassette of Rambo 2. So the cassette I had for Rambo 3 was the first version of this release. So,